Hello everyone, this is Property Insider. We take a look at all aspects of New York real estate from under $2,000 a month apartments to celebrity homes. So if you're interested in keeping up, consider subscribing to see more videos coming. Alright, so today we are taking a look at Taylor Swift's collection of properties on Franklin Street in Manhattan's Tribeca. So Taylor owns 3 properties on this block now, 2 apartments within the same building at 155 Franklin, and a 3-story townhouse next door at 153 Franklin Street. This all happened over the course of a few years, so let's dive right into how Taylor acquired this collection of properties in one of the country's most desirable neighborhoods. So we are going to be taking a look at all 3 properties. While I don't know the exact worth of the properties at this point, I do know Taylor spent a combined $50 million on these 3 together, and we'll go into specifics for how much she paid for each in a minute. So let's start with the first property, 155 Franklin Street. So just to give some background, in January 2014, Taylor began her hunt for her first New York home purchase. Rumors were swirling she was checking out a townhouse on Charlton Street in Soho and Leroy Street in the West Village. However, ultimately, Taylor bought her first New York property in February 2014 at 155 Franklin Street for $20 million from Lord of the Rings film creator Peter Jackson. This property, which is now a single one, was actually originally 2 penthouses that she had made into one 8,000 square foot home. It has 10 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms and also serves as her primary place of residence. So let's take a look here at these pictures. As you can see, it's a beautiful place. Nice big windows, very lofty indeed. And it also has kind of that old school classic style. You can see like the wood paneling, nice wood floors. You can see the wood beams up here. Here's the kitchen, white marble countertops, the nice exposed brick wall and the wood beams. It's very lofty, very nice. And here you can see this staircase, this nice grand staircase. So this is a duplex, has 2 floors, and it kind of swings around here. It kind of reminds me of the Titanic one for some reason, but it's a very nice old classic wood style, very pretty, very nice. And then here, more wood beams, more exposed brick. We can see a beam here. It's very, you can't deny it's a gorgeous apartment, as it should be for $20 million. And then here is a little mock-up CGI diagram of what it looks like. So I guess there are 2 apartments here. She has a nice deck, roof, balcony, the whole works. Another diagram here. This is the exterior of 155 Franklin Street. So 155 Franklin Street is actually known for hosting various other celebrities, including comedian Aziz Ansari and actor Orlando Bloom, and they both own apartments here as well as Taylor. It is a nice exterior. Here's the location in Tribeca. Very good location. Tribeca, as I mentioned before, one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the world and the most expensive neighborhood in New York City. Celebrities like Jay-Z, Beyonce own down here. So yeah, it was said Taylor spent over $500,000 renovating the place to make it exactly what she wanted. And during the renovations, Taylor actually moved into a rented apartment in the West Village on Cornelia Street. As you may remember from one of her albums, I believe she wrote a song called Cornelia Street. It's a fascinating and gorgeous property in itself, and we may take a look at that property another time, so let me know if you'd be interested in seeing Taylor's apartment in the West Village. So here's an article for Scene Therapy, pretty much saying what we already know about, all the same pictures. Gorgeous reception room, including a wet bar, featuring a library, playroom, cook's kitchen, and pantry, utility room, and a dumbwaiter. Honestly, it's kind of all things that you would expect from a $20 million building. Oh, we haven't seen that picture before. That's gorgeous. And yeah, this is what I wanted to find to show you guys. So here's that staircase we saw. And this is one of Taylor's Instagram pictures, I believe, from January 2019. And it's showing the stairwell exactly the same as when it was purchased, with the velvet sofa at the base. And then here is also, the same apartment. You can tell from that classic red painted wall and the wood paneling on the bottom half. So now let's take a look at the second property Taylor bought. So in September 2017, 3.5 years after her first purchase at 155 Franklin, Taylor buys a 3-story townhouse next door for $18 million in an off-market deal before the townhouse was publicly listed. Technically, it was bought by a lawyer who works for one of Taylor's management firms, but it's in her name. So let's take a look at this property. This is the exterior. Gorgeous coloring, just gorgeous everything. Honestly, you can't fault Taylor's taste here. 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, 5,148 square feet. And it says it sold for $12 million, but I think that was the sale before Taylor bought it. Gorgeous skylight in this nice living room. A cinema. Something about the cinema looks kind of strange. I can't put my finger on it, but I mean, you can't fault an in-home cinema. Nice kitchen. And then here's that little light we saw. Nice balcony. Another skylight. You really can't fault any of this. It's all very gorgeous. I may sound like a stickler, but I feel like for 20 million, it's not that great. But I mean, maybe it just doesn't translate as well over photos. Regardless, gorgeous, whatever this is. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a bar. Oh, that's a nice staircase. Gorgeous staircase, gorgeous home office, whatever that is. Gorgeous bathroom. I don't know why, but I'm having a really hard time figuring out what some of these rooms are. Like, what is this room? If any of you guys can figure it out, let me know down below. Again, what is this? Are these just like random rooms? I mean, I'm not saying it's not gorgeous, because it is. That paneling, the lighting, the recessed lighting, whatever this is. But I can't put my finger on what exactly I would call this room. Here we go. A bathroom. Is this a TV? Here's the floor plan. There actually is a basement, I believe. So yeah, she bought that for 18 million, and it's fitted out with a private cinema, bar, gym, and its own enclosed roof garden. So now let's move on to the last purchase of Taylor's. So in February 2018, almost exactly 4 years after Taylor bought her first apartment, Taylor buys another unit at 155 Franklin Street, a 3,540 square foot apartment on the second floor for $9.75 million. The apartment was purchased privately and wasn't listed for public sale, so there aren't many specifics about the home at the time it was sold. However, there is a listing from 2013 when it was last sold for $5.87 million. You can see here it has that same wood beaming that her first apartment had. Honestly, I feel like this is more gorgeous than the first apartment, even though it's a fraction of the price. We can see here lots of light, nice loft feeling, exposed brick. So yeah, it is one floor, but I mean, you can't fault how beautiful that is. And then again, same location. Yeah, so here's some of the selling details. So yeah, she sold it from this guy, and then she set up an LLC to buy this. The reason she purchased it under that LLC she created for the unit is so that the records weren't public that she was the owner, but it says that the new owner of the unit shared an address with the LLC used to buy the neighboring townhouse. So I guess that kind of gives it away. So this one is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It has an open plan kitchen, an original fireplace. So as for the price increase, which is interesting, so it sold originally in 2013 for $5.87 million. And then Taylor bought it for $9.75 million, only 5 years later in 2018. So that's quite a jump even for New York. Perhaps there were major renovations to warrant such a big increase from this. But it's also just possible that Taylor was simply set on this apartment and money wasn't an issue. So guys, that is it for this video. What do you think of Taylor Swift's $50 million property collection on Franklin Street? Is it worth the $50 million price tag? Or is it a bit of a overpay? Are there any other celebrity properties you'd like to see featured? Let me know down below and I'll be sure to check them out. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye guys.